Welcome to another episode of Between the Lines. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'll be talking about critiques, both how to gracefully accept them and also give them to strangers. First up is the receiving end of critiques. Number 1, never ever ever respond to a critique while you have negative feelings. I know it's hard to take critiques. You pour so much time and energy into your stories. It takes months to complete a novel. So once you start having to put yourself out there, it can really hurt when someone returns feedback and they just did not like your story or didn't get it. But that doesn't make it okay to respond back to that person who also put in a lot of their time and effort to give you feedback and basically tell them they suck. Here's an example for you. I have a friend who participated in the Pay It Forward giveaway that I host at the start of every month. She gave away a critique, and the person who won that critique replied back and told my friend basically that she didn't know what she was doing, which insulted my friend. Wouldn't you be insulted? Because of that, my friend doesn't want to give critiques to people she doesn't know anymore. And I can't really blame her. Another example, I did a critique of a partial. I wrote about a 5-page editorial letter commenting on a lot of different aspects of the story. About an hour after I sent off my gigantic editorial letter, the person sent back about a 30-paragraph email basically telling me that I sucked, didn't know what I was doing, that they hated me, and that I should pretty much go die in a fire. So please, please, don't reply back to a critique that just doesn't jive with you and insult the person. It's really a shame because when that type of scenario happens, it affects the entire writing community. We have people who are losing out on wonderful feedback because other people who have a lot to offer to the writing community just will not give back critiques to people they don't know anymore, because this type of stuff is happening a lot, way more than it should. So stop, I beg of you, okay? In addition to that, when you receive a critique, always, always thank that person, even if it was a pretty crappy critique that just doesn't really offer you much. Even if it's a critique that you completely disagree with or the person just did not get your book at all, thank them. That person poured in a lot of their time and energy instead of working on their own book or editing or doing whatever it is they do to read your work and provide a thought out, detailed feedback. So just thank them. A simple thank you goes a long way, trust me. And that concludes how to gracefully accept critiques. Next up is how to give a feedback to someone you don't know. Number 1, know what type of feedback the author is looking for. If the author feels this is their final polished draft and they just want someone to catch grammatical errors, and instead you provide feedback on pacing, story structure, or world building, it's possible they'll disregard your critique and you'll have wasted a lot of your time and energy. So just find out what type of feedback they're looking for and then try to match their needs. That way both sides will be happy, no one will have wasted their time. It's a win-win. When I beta read a novel, I give feedback on a variety of things in the story. Characterization, character development, pacing, voice, world building, dialogue, and so much more. So number 2, keep a list at hand while you're reading. It'll help you save time in constructing your critique and also keep your notes organized. And lastly, number 3, when you're writing your critique, keep in mind the author's feelings. I don't mean that you need to coddle them. There's no help in telling someone how awesome they are and that they basically poop glitter. But at the same time, don't tear that person down. Don't tell them that they suck, and don't make them want to give up on writing. It's important to strike that middle ground where they're improving from the feedback you're giving and that you're also being encouraging. And that's all I have to say for now on gracefully accepting critiques and also giving them out. If you have any suggestions you'd like to add to this list, feel free to hop into the comments section down below, somewhere down here. Otherwise, keep on writing and have a great week.